Hey, my name is Cyrille Wagner. I'm the technical director for Apple Studios.
Hey, I'm Heitz. I'm working at Apple Studio as a tools and systems programmer.
When joining the game industry 20 years ago, I remember spending nights totally immersed in the world of Adelpha in Outcast 1. There, this magic moment as a gamer when you completely lose yourself in an imaginary world and an alien civilization. I still remember my first steps in Apple Studios, filled with artwork of Outcast, and meeting the team behind the game.
The first time I heard about Outcast was during my studies, because some of my teachers were from the original team. So I was quite excited when I started working on the new entry of the franchise. What I really like about Outcast is the diversity of the environments and the lush alien flora all over the world. I focus mainly on developing underlying systems and populating the villages.
It's a dream come true for me to work again on this Outcast license 20 years later. My main role is to make sure that the game is technologically sound and runs the big world of Adelpha smoothly. I'm also passionate about developing character behaviors.
One of the biggest challenges was to avoid that the world feels too empty. Our solution was to provide tools to the designer so they can populate the world with fauna, flora, inhabitants and gameplay.
We need to constantly stream the world in the background to make it easier for the player to explore. We also learned to get better metrics to provide more precise asset production guidelines to the team.
There are around 60 different characters based on 5 different morphologies. They have their own animations, clothes with custom physics and a set of body and facial moods for dialogues.
We developed different techniques to optimize the performance to display a crowd of animated characters and creatures. A cull optimizer adjusts the simulation of characters and creatures based on their importance on screen. What it does, essentially, is simplifying character models and animation in the distance. It also adjusts the update frequency and simplifies their movement and behavior. Unreal already does a lot for you, but at some point, you need to dive deeper and optimize many engine parts.
An important part of Outcast 2 are all the unique villages that are inhabited by a variety of talents who share a rich culture. Villagers have different sets of costumes, personalities and their own unique reaction when they meet Cutter. What was important for us to show in the villages is that Cutter has an impact on the talents and the environments. The quests that you complete will influence the dynamic of the villages, how the talents are living and how they are responding to Cutter.
Talents perform meaningful activities and interact closely with their environment. For example, while performing daily routines, they can still have a look at some interesting spots and show different attitudes and reactions when encountering the player. They can also trigger some joint actions, like chatting and inviting other talents to participate. If they are interrupted by the player, they just go back to their daily routines.
The overall goal is to show the world is changing and how talents' habits are evolving.
Naturally, people project those great memories they had about Outcast back in 1999 to today's game standards. Meeting those expectations today gets even more challenging. While developing this project, the team was full of additional ideas and ambitions to expand all aspects that made Outcast a great license to play and to work on. This is just a new beginning for the game franchise.
Thank you so much for watching. Outcast 2 will be out soon on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series. Bye!
See you next time!